Stellar YouTube channel. I had a random burst of motivation. You can see the date is the 31st of December. It's 8:19 p.m. in the UK. I just thought, let's just start the YouTube now and let me just drop the video that I think is going to be the most helpful, which is how to win your 2025, the 2025 plan. If you're watching this on January 1st, February 1st, June, April, May, March, whenever you're watching this, it doesn't matter. This is a very good plan. The first thing that I will do, I will break down the goals by quarter. So rather than having a yearly goal, I'll break it down by quarter, because sometimes when you try and attack a goal, or you try and think of a goal, on a yearly perspective, it's a little bit hard to do, to try and imagine how far along you will be. Where will you exactly be in a year's time? It's quite hard to imagine that. Breaking it down into a bunch of smaller goals makes it a little bit easier to think about, and easier to stay positive on as well. So the first thing that I would do, and this is me personally, so you don't have to do it this way, but the first goal that I will have will be a health/fitness goal, right? Health is wealth. The older you get, the more you realize that health is wealth. When you're young, you're chasing money quite a lot. And this goal can just be action-based. So, for example, I'm going to give you an example. It can be to do 10,000 steps 5 days a week. Or let's just say 4 days a week. Let's say you're not even doing it right now. It's 4 days a week, 10,000 steps. And you can gradually increase that goal. The reason why we break it into quarters is because the idea is if let's say you have a big goal, you can just start small and then scale it up, and still feel like you've achieved something. 5 days a week. And again, this is completely hypothetical. Steps doesn't have to be your thing. It can be whatever you want it to be. Health is wealth. So definitely, keep on top of that. The second thing that I would do, again, personal preference, is a money-based goal. So I'm a day trader. I invest as well. I will have a goal that is aligned to that. So for example, the goal could be, I'm just gonna write money goal for now. Let's just do money goal here, and copy and paste that throughout. But like, for example, the goal could be to get 50,000 or 100,000 in funding. That could be the goal here. And then the goal here could be that same goal scaled up. And then the goal here could be to get like a 5k or 10k withdrawal, or a 20k, like depends on what sort of figures you're working with, where you're at right now. 5-10k withdrawal, and then obviously keep on building upon that. So again, hypothetically speaking, 50k funded, 100k funded, 10k withdrawal, or 5k withdrawal, and then 10k withdrawal in a month, let's just say. So then obviously the second goal is your money based goal. The third goal, so it can be career. If you don't have a side hustle right now, it can just be a career goal as well, by the way. So there's nothing wrong with having a job. You work a job, you work hard, you invest your money, you can still get rich. There's a lot of people online right now trying to convince you that there's only one way of getting rich. They're absolutely BSing. It's not real. Anyways, the third type of goal that I would set will be an activity-based goal. So something to, or let's say personally develop you goal, right? That's, I've kind of said that in a weird way, but yeah. So a goal to personally develop yourself. It could be to read. Let's say you're not a big reader, and you want to get into reading. To read one book in this quarter. I would always suggest to start small, because it's easier to build upon momentum than it is to get momentum back when you failed to keep on track. That sounded like a bar. You should maybe write that down. That was cold. But yeah, so a personal development goal. So that could be to read one book. If you're absolutely not a reader and you don't want to do that, it's completely fine. There are many ways to personally develop yourself. It could be through YouTube. It could be through audiobooks. It can be through podcasts. You could just have a thing where you're learning something every single day. Completely up to you. Again, Q1, Q2. Again, you want it to be progressive. So for example, 1 book, 2 books in this quarter, 3 books in this quarter, 5 books in this quarter. Is that possible? 100%. Again, like I said, it's easy to do this with the momentum. And that's really about it. The other goals can be to do with relationships and love and that sort of stuff. But some of those things, it's hard to maybe put a target on in this manner, especially. Maybe if you have a girlfriend already or a boyfriend or a significant other, you can put a goal to, I want to be married or I want to be engaged or whatever by this date. But yeah, with these 3 things, you can do very, very well. Health/fitness goal, money goal, and personal development goal. The final goal that I would speak about is just, again, down to personal beliefs, but to do with meditation and to do with prayer. So some people like to only pray, some people like to only meditate, some people do both, and some people do neither, which is completely fine. Personally, I do both. I do both pray and meditate. But the best thing that you have in your life is control over your energy. To make sure that you don't flip out and go crazy at someone if they piss you off. If they've said something that you don't like, or if they've done something that you don't like, that you're not screaming for an hour straight or holding it to your chest. We've all had moments where maybe we've been upset and we've just held it to our chest, held that gut feeling for ages. It's a horrible gut feeling. So yeah, the final goal, I'm going to call it a meditation I'm going to call it a God goal, because not everyone is religious, but you might believe in God and not be religious, which is completely cool. And with this one, again, I like to make a lot more of my goals action based. It could be 10 minutes of meditation a day, 20 minutes of meditation a day, 30 minutes of meditation a day, 40 minutes of meditation a day, or an hour of meditation a day, something like that. Or if you're meant to pray at specific times, I pray 2 out of 5 prayers correctly, 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5, and 5 out of 5, whichever way you want to do this. The reason why I'm overly focused on the action is because if I could have a health and fitness goal of having a 6-pack, but let's reverse engineer it. What does it actually mean to get a 6-pack? Well, I got to eat right, and I got to walk, and I do cardio, and I got to lift weights, right? So if one of my goals in here is getting the walking in, whatever one I find hardest, then obviously I'm working towards it much more efficiently than just having a 6-pack. The money goal, acquiring this amount of funding, or if let's say you're a trader like me, keep following to your rules every single day. Following to your rules every single day. Have the money goal there as well. But this is very important. This year in 2024, I focused overly about the outcome. My Q1 and Q2, I smashed, right? But the foundation that it was built upon was incorrect. It did not. I wasn't ready to get my Q3 and Q4 goal because I primarily just focused on the outcome and not the actual inputs that are required to get that goal efficiently, sustainably. But yeah, take care, like, comment, subscribe. I hope you have a great new year. New year doesn't make a difference unless you change. Nothing changes unless you change. Take care. Have a great one.